Those 50 kits that were sent out last month to be tested are finally starting to come back, bringing with them some hope for sexual assault victims. This is the scene where Caleb Slay was killed, and the DEA is saying a physical altercation led to the shooting. Now, as you can see behind me, there is a memorial set up for Caleb by friends and family in his memory. Snodgrass has pleaded not guilty. The probable cause statement shows Snodgrass attacked Liam Wynn for, quote, not being American.
I know that victims definitely felt betrayed.
After being exposed on CNN for damaging and not testing rape kits, the Springfield Police Department is making progress to right some wrongs.
With the CNN story, we really felt like it didn't do the Springfield Police Department justice.
Jasmine Bailey with SPD says the department noticed the backlog of kits in 2014.
SPD in particular started sending every single sexual assault kit that we have to the lab for testing in 2014. And that was before that was the law in Missouri.
Other than sending kits to be tested, Springfield PD did one more thing to address the mistake.
City Council has a task force that spent months diligently looking at how we can address not just the backlog of kits, but sexual assault in our community as a whole.
However, Sarah Bargo, who was on the sexual assault task force, says she believes the CNN story jump-started the process.
I was always under the impression that had that CNN article not come forth, then the task force probably wouldn't have happened.
The task force came up with 5 recommendations on what they think police can do better to help victims of assault.
Chief Williams is the only one who's been in touch with me, but I will give Chief Williams credit. He has consistently reached out to us with new information about, hey, look, we're doing this now.
And through the Safe Kit Initiative, SPD is working on fixing the backlog of kits.
We sent out 50, the first batch in December of 2019, and so those are the ones that we're starting to get back. The biggest hurdle right now that the labs are dealing with is funding. It costs a lot of money to test these kits.
2 years after Missourians voted to bring medical marijuana to the state, the day is finally here for the Ozarks. Old Route 66 Wellness is the first medical cannabis dispensary to open in Springfield. Owner John Lopez says it has taken him decades to get this dispensary up and running.
Patients are so happy that, this is decades in the making. It's obviously the beginning. Prices are higher than what people want. It's higher than what we want as well, but with only a couple cultivators and no competition, it's going to take several months to get that lower. Now we're selling all for $111.25 pre-tax. The strains we have are all above 18.5%.
Lopez says they are only able to sell a specific amount of cannabis.
Everything was shipped to us in quarters, so we're not allowed to open it and make it 1/8 or 16ths or pre-rolls.
Customer Chris Phillips says he has been excited for a dispensary to open up since the bill passed in 2018.
It was awesome, and I think that it's going to help this economy, and a lot of trouble that we see on a daily basis is going to go away.
It's been a journey from the beginning. Our team, we put it all on the line, and we're just super excited to get going.
The DEA murdered my son.
Tina Slay Richardson held a protest for police accountability in Springfield after her son, Caleb, was shot and killed by DEA agents.
They weren't there for him. They weren't surveilling his house.
On November 2nd, the DEA was doing surveillance in this Springfield neighborhood when they saw what they believed to be someone breaking federal law. As the DEA went to talk to that person, Caleb Slay approached the agents. Now, those close to Caleb are spreading the word about his death and want justice.
We've been trying to reach out, doing protests. The Springfield Police Department is investigating this and has assured me that they will get to the bottom of it.
When I reached out to SPD, they said they were a third party to the shooting, meaning they were with DEA agents at the time of Caleb's death.
It is not right. It shouldn't have happened. And something has to change.
Further details of the shooting have not been released. Meanwhile, Richardson says the case is going to trial.